Good morning. It is 8:42 a.m. Friday, September 29th, 2017. It was 66 degrees. 66 degrees now. That was at 7:28 a.m. 86 degrees the high, 66 degrees the low. A lot of sixes. Sixes are intuition. Update, and it's still 66 degrees. Yay. Anyway, look, this is about the last quantitative electroencephalogram we finally got taken care of. Excuse me. It took 20 minutes for us to get started because of issues with electronics. Can you imagine that? I have the Skype footage, which is pretty good, and then I have my camera over here, but there's a difference in the settings for Matthew's Skype and my Skype, which keeps me from, at least at the moment, from being able to take the Skype video and putting it onto my movie program that I use to render videos with. I got a few programs. So, but I recorded it with this camera. Well, with this, there's a tripod over here. The thing about that too, though, oh, that's funny. There's always something messing around. I believe it, I left it on over autofocus. I'm having a rough morning. We seem to have more and more of those these days. Heck, that's the way it's supposed to be. When you getting out of your body. Anyway, I believe I left it on automatic for focusing. Then every once in a while my shoulder will get in the way, and then you can see that. So anyway, there's a total of 4 minutes here, 2 different sections I cut out, which I know there's no problem with anybody for my putting on the internet. I will make the whole video. I've got good footage. I'm also waiting for the printout. When you see these waves, the quantitative electroencephalogram, it takes information from a meter. Okay, you see it. It's like an oscilloscope type setup. It's different, but whatever. You see all the different wavelengths. They're so small that when you can have a huge increase, and it's hard to see. There's different stages of putting energy into Matthew. There's also only so long I could hold a certain amount of energy, and I have to lay off. So you'll see as you see some sections of here where I put the energy in there and the wavelengths change. But when you see it on the graphs and the charts, that's where it shows you the most. This nice lady that did this, that actually does the quantitative electroencephalograms, she knows what she's doing. She's a professional. Has all the right equipment. So anyway, there's going to be more and more of this in the future. More and more people are going to start waking up and be able to see things that are going on multidimensionally in more depth within this dimension. things are going to change. Everyone is slowly evolving. Those people getting these crank ups, especially the DNA ICUCs, that's powerful. That's strong stuff. As soon as I'm gone, Deanna will be doing DNA ICUCs, and I'll tell you right now, so is Siobhan out in Ireland. And there's other people. The field has literally got control over how that happens for right now. Anyway, so that is happening. It's not going to end with my being freed from this beat up body. But this is going to happen. It's going to keep moving forward. As you wake up and become yourselves, it's hard to have faith in the little things that happen around you that you've been taught to ignore. Not just in this life, not just since you were a child in this body that you're in, but through all your lives. This is programming that goes very deep. Can you get out of it? Yes. Just relax as much as you can and open up your mind to what's really happening. Take the blinders off your eyes. Relax. If you think you feel something, well, guess what? You did. But it was so soft that you don't know if you felt it or not. You did. You did feel it. You did see it. That thought did go through your mind. Honor the fact that you are real, and these things going on with you are real. Every once in a while you run into someone that does have a problem within their head, the chemistry. And they might want to hurt people hearing voices. Almost everyone that hears voices, you're talking to your spirit guides. If you start communicating back and forth and no one's telling you to hurt yourself or someone else, you're fine. And that doesn't even happen 1 out of 1,000 times. So the last thing you should do is be afraid of it. This is where things are going. This is where the other races from other planets already are. When they come in, you're going to learn more about what's really going on, who you really are, why they're here. They didn't come all this far for our pizza recipes, okay? They understand spirit much better than we do at this point. Why? Because they've accepted it's real. These other people that I've cranked up made stronger. They're already strong. They're ready. Wait. They're seeing, talking to them. These folks are popping in and out of their homes, out of their houses. Using their equipment, they can literally show themselves and fade away again. You're like, did I just see that? But when you see them using your abilities, there's no such thing as a gift. These are abilities. Everyone has them. Okay? Some of you are stronger for the solar plexus, your gut feeling. Some of them stronger for the heart. Some of you are stronger seeing multidimensionally with the pineal. Folks, this is real. Your abilities are real. You've been bred, raised to deny the simple truth of who you are and what you can really do. It was important for me while I was here to make sure I put out this information so you could understand it. As time goes on, you will. Man, getting up is harder and harder to do. Poor Deanna's having to do more and more. Anyway, there was something else. Anyway, we'll get on with the video. The actual, the way the quantitative electroencephalogram reads the electrical pulses, electromagnetic pulses going through your brain or coming out of your brain. It's different with people who are solar plexus based, excuse me, coffee burp, who are pineal based, who are heart based. It affects the readings different. Solar plexus gets the least bit of action going. You still see it. It's the least bit of action. Heart is very strong in the body, more so in the brain too, but more so in the heart, in the body. Yet it all this goes through the core, goes through the hypothalamus, it goes into your brain. It's registered everywhere. Now also the pineal people, that's strong action going on in the brain. The first quantitative electroencephalogram we did was with Martin Pera, who is heart and pineal. And then the second one was with Yope. And he has an interesting balance of energy in him, but we have to try to do something with that data. Some of these professionals, when I go into them, especially when they can feel it, they feel it. Like I said, it's smooth going in. I'm smoother than I've ever been doing this, but the after effects are strong. So, but it comes and goes, and you get stronger. You get work done. That's when you're feeling it, you're changing. You're getting stronger. This will all be out in the open pretty soon. I should be free from this body by the time the DNA information finally comes out, and this coming out of scientific proof. There's all kinds of processes that they have to go through. Control groups, stuff like that. These people have a long history of doing this type of work. They're specialists. And I have somewhere I got to go. Wait till you start to develop your telepathy. That's one of your abilities. Do you know that? Telepathy? Anyway. Have people waiting on me, they're looking at me, and I'm like trying to do this video and look at them too. They're waiting for me to finish before I get hit. Anyway, it's funny when you talk to a lot of different people from all over the universe at one time. One reason it's hard to get names, when you're strong seer and you're telepathic and everything else, it's hard to get names. Because telepathy is talking through the understanding of image. It's energy. It's image, thought, process, transfer. And names usually don't have an image. Car, boat has an image. Sally does not have a regular image. Anyway. What else I want to tell you real quick. I'm being pulled away into this other meeting. Well, I guess that's it anyway. Here's about 4 minutes, 2 different sections, so there'll be a little gap in between. The first section's about 3 minutes, the second one's about a minute, something like that. But it'll just show you a little bit about what's going on, help you understand it. The whole video will be done soon, but I have to have the imagery put out through the program. The computer has to take this information and turn it into a graph. Or, you know, it's like, look, she said she can easily put it out to look like the first test was. Oh yeah, that's what last thing I want to say. When you do this, the eyes were open. Now, with the second quantitative electroencephalogram with Joop out in Belgium, that was different. I'd love to get the results in a different way. Something happened there to keep it from coming out. But that's from getting to us, but the information's still there. Anyway, it was a good test. The gentleman that did it knows what he's doing. It was just a kind of software thing. And he's feeling the effects of the DNA ICUC, which are strong. This isn't real, really. Tell me that about 2-3 weeks after we do it. Anyway, there it goes, slipping right out of my head. Okay, just a second. Okay, that was kind of interesting. Tahir and a group of people, it's folks from this alliance, this new alliance, and they were talking about who, at first what I was getting was who owns the sand, who owns the dirt, who owns the soil. And I was like, what the hell? And then I could feel it was relative about the earth. And then it took me, I don't know, probably 20 seconds to finally understand that they were trying to say who's in charge of the earth. When they come here, who do they talk to? They're not coming to talk to the governments. The governments have been nothing but disgusting. So anyway, that got handled for the moment. Almost nothing is as it seems, so far as the understanding we've been given to what is and what is not. Anyway, let's get to the video. It's just short. The whole video, when I put it together, will be less than an hour. You know, much less. So anyway, let's take a look at it. Here's some pieces of it. Oh, what I wanted to say is when you close your eyes, and relax, you start to cut back your conscious mind. Okay? And when you do that, and then my energy's inside you, then it goes crazy. You start feeling it, and that's the only thing there is to relate to, so you do, and then these graphs, they go nuts. On these EEGs, when you can clench your teeth, you can close your eyes, and it'll make a large jump here and there. These are different impulses that the brain are picking off. Don't expect to see a huge spike you'll see a difference in what's going on. If something becomes twice as big as what it was or more, that's huge. Okay? When you see the final video all the way through with the information on it, you'll understand. I don't have it, but I'll have to, but I will present it as soon as I can. Oh yeah, because we lost a third of the time we were allotted due to electronics not working. We didn't get the chance to take the equipment, the headset, and put it in a chair to take a reading with it not attached to a brain, and then take a reading with me going into it and putting my energy into it, giving it readings. So we'll get that in the future, I guess. Let's get to the video. Here we go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in there.
Eyes open. Because the first part was eyes open. We want to compare apples to apples. If your eyes were open in the first part, right? That's the first part. I will tell you this, that looks very different than the data did before.
This is phase 2 right here. I've been in it for about 20 seconds.
Okay.
And this is phase 3. Now back to just the brain.
Okay. Lots and lots and lots of alpha. All the way through. And alpha waxes and wanes, so it's normal that, it'll go away for a little bit.
Gotcha.
But he's got truckloads of alpha. And then after we pause, because you'll see when we pause, you'll see a blue line on the screen. That was artifact. Okay, that's where we pause.
Okay.
So when we come back from pausing, there's the alpha. And then the alpha pretty much goes away. And that's why I'm saying and was very different.
Okay, good.
And about
Well, there's a little bit about what was going on. Again, I think it's total like 4 minutes and 7 seconds or something, and the test was a lot longer. Excuse me. When the whole thing is available with the other information, it'll make more sense to you, but it's taken so long, and I said we're going to do this. I want to at least throw that out to you. But this time, you have someone talking about what she's seeing. This is a very experienced professional. Oh, and a lot of people that have sent off those DNA tests, when you get those cheap DNA tests done, they break it down like, okay, about a certain percentage of you is known to be in this region, this nationality, folks, that's not going to change much. You are what you are in your base DNA. It evolves into something else. You need expensive equipment to do this. That's why the benefactor to these DNA tests, plus the scientists themselves, it's a lot of money being given up and spent. Benefactors spending a lot of money doing this, and then the scientists are chucking away all kinds of money to do this. Like I said, there's governments from major countries that go to these guys for information, okay? So, unless you paid $5,000, $6,000, $8,000 for one of these tests, you're not going to see a change. You come from where you come from, and I understand the desire, and I think that's incredible. Just wait and let the results come out. You'll see for yourself. There will be something put together later. Okay, this is after I'm gone. There will be something put together. I expect so anyway. I don't control your future, my future, any future. I'm in a body, trying to get the hell out, trying to finish and go home. But there will be something put together where a bunch of people will be brought together, and then there'll be a group that puts in a certain amount of money each, and then you go to these scientists, and then you have it done. They'll give you a discounted rate, and they'll add your information that you give them to their database. So you get it done by some of the best people on this planet, okay? So anyway, I understand we have to have proof. As you change and you get stronger and you feel it and you can start seeing it in the mirror, again, trusting yourself. You've been taught not to. That'll change. It needs to. It has to, if you're going to become yourself. You'll have 97, 98% of all the physical proof you need, but you're still going to have to walk out on that branch a little bit and have some faith in yourself. Remember, there's people out there that'll tell you, unless you're holding a rock in your hand and you hit yourself in the head to make sure you bleed, then it's not really a rock. There's people like that out there. They're afraid. They don't believe anything could be different, and they don't want anyone to think that they could be better than who they are. Take a look at the people that are like that. Fear comes from different reasons. Folks, love you, man. Take care. When all the information comes out, I'll put it together and get an okay from the nice lady that did this. And then it'll be out there. Take care.